Hey, it's Shahrzad, and in this video I am going to give you a little bit of an introduction about the kind of drums that we find in Egyptian music. So in North Africa and the Middle East, and even just within Egypt itself, there's a huge amount of variety when it comes to drums and percussion. I'm going to be focusing on the main drums that you're going to see in a popular Egyptian music ensemble, maybe one that's working with a popular singer or a popular belly dancer. Outside of the Middle East, when we think about, and especially when we learn the percussion and the rhythms, we're usually just learning to listen for one specific drum or one specific sound that's kind of voicing the rhythm. But the thing is, when you get into actual big music ensembles, it's a lot more complicated than that. So when I see people listen to the full version of some of this music, I find them getting a little bit lost as far as finding the actual rhythm, because we have a lot of drums and they're all playing slightly different roles within music. So this is why for drummers and dancers, it's really important not just to learn the drums, but also to learn a little bit about all of the different ones and what their role is within the band, so that we can pick apart the accents from the actual rhythm that's driving the song. So we'll take a quick look at these drums, and then we're going to look at an actual Egyptian band playing the drums one by one and how they would play all together, interacting with each other. So the first drum I'm going to talk about is the most important drum in the ensemble, which is the solo tabla. So the solo tabla looks like this. It's a goblet-shaped drum. This is the most well-known drum because this drum is the most important part in the ensemble. It's leading the ensemble, but what can be confusing about this drum is that it is not always playing the actual rhythm in the song. Usually the solo tabla leads the rest of the drummers. He kind of dictates what they're doing and when they change rhythm. And then he ends up playing more accentation on top of the actual rhythm. One of the main drums that's really driving the actual rhythm the whole time, especially in tandem with the solo tabla, is the dahola. So the dahola is basically a really big version of the tabla, and he's holding up the bass rhythm of the song while the tabla is playing the accents on top. We also have a huge variety of frame drums in all over Middle Eastern music. We have a lot of frame drums. The most popular one in Egyptian music is going to be this big, thick one called the duff. And one interesting difference between the frame drums and drums like the tabla and the dahola is where the doom and the tek, the bass and the treble notes are played, it's opposite. So for the goblet-shaped drums, you would be doing the doom or the bass tone from the middle of the drum and the tek from the edge of the drum. On the frame drums, it's going to be doom on the edge and tek in the middle of the drum. It's really common in Egyptian ensembles these days to see a huge amount of people playing this drum on the stage. There's a little bit of variation with the frame drums. We also find skinnier frame drums. This one is actually more used in Khaliji music, but I'm adding it in the video because now a lot of Egyptian bands, since we have so many people coming to Egypt from the Khalij to vacation and go watch shows, we usually have this drum on the ensemble to play with the Khaliji music. So this is a slightly skinnier frame drum. It's called a bandir. And whereas the duff is used to hold up the rhythm with the dahola, this is a kind of drum that is used for accentation. We're also going to be looking at tura in the video, which are the big finger cymbals that you see being used in the actual band. So let's take a look at this video and check out how all of these drums work together.
مقسوم. يلا 1 2 3 4.
Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful, and make sure to like and subscribe so that you can get all of the latest videos that I'm putting out. I'm going to have a lot of cool informational videos about music and dance from Egypt and North Africa and the Middle East, as well as some of my regular performance videos. So stay tuned.